Hello everyone and welcome back to Autonaut with a new version 7.1 Fae, and along with a new version we have a new dapper avatar there with a star on their shirt, and we have a couple of new very important changes. One of them is that there are a couple of new items. There's water storage, for example. We've also got some new hats that can be made, which eventually we will get to. Probably the most important ones though are that tree seeds and stones will now decay, much like dung does. If you don't pick it up, it'll decay within about 2 minutes, which is a little bit scary in the beginning of the game, because you do actually need quite a lot of stones to get a lot of stuff done. So let me just pick all of those up and put them down. So there we go. Those shouldn't now decay in any way. Additionally, we've got some new worker instructions, but more importantly than that, the worker bots now have a limit to how complex an order of instructions they can have. They've got a size to their brain. As you might imagine, the crude bots, for example, Fran here, there's 9 kilobytes worth of memory left. I'm not sure if every instruction is a kilobyte. It might be. However, we look down here, and Lola, who's got a significantly larger instruction set, has still got 19 kilobytes of memory left. So you would want to upgrade to basic worker bots to have the more complex instructions, just because the crude ones might not be smart enough to carry out those instructions. But there is now a limit. So be aware that if in your previous save you have workers with very large complex set of instructions, it won't break them. They will still be able to work with that. However, if you try to edit it in any way, you won't be able to exceed it. And since you're already past that limit, if you take something out, you won't be able to put something back in. So do bear that in mind. Now then, you're a little bit surplus demand down here, aren't you? Yeah, that really does suck. I know. But this is going to have to go away. Kapom, there we are. You're going to have a new job. You're going to have a really super important new job. I am chronically lazy. As you can see, I've actually tidied this place up a little bit. It's much more streamlined now. But you're going to have a super duper important job. Let's pop 1, 2, and in fact, we're going to pop 1, 2, and should I have the third one down here somewhere? No, we'll pop it there. Right. As you notice, I could just place these straight away. Now that's because I had previously deleted storage boxes. The way the game works is if you've previously deleted something, it kind of goes into an invisible bank. You don't lose those resources. By deleting a building, you're not scrapping it and breaking it down to its materials. Those materials have been spent and you are owed that building. So when you delete it, you can simply move it somewhere else, which is actually pretty cool. Let me go ahead and grab all of these. We're also going to be talking about Sam in a moment as well, because I want to use Sam to demonstrate something. I got a lot of feedback in the previous episode telling me that, well, why don't I just have them walk over to that spot and just pick up the logs indefinitely, and that would be so much neater. Well, it isn't actually that easy. Actually, this will demonstrate something for us as well. I've got Ruby over here is going to run into a problem because the basic worker bots have had their inventory sizes reduced from 10 to 6, I believe. They've also had their carry capacity reduced quite a lot. So I'm going to need to tell you to do things slightly differently. You're only allowed to do this 2 times from now on. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a frog in my throat. I know they shouldn't live there, but, well. Some days you just wake up and a frog has taken up residence in your throat. There we go. You're making a lot of those. Oh, my lord. There we go. Let's hope that you actually do that correctly. Did I put 4 in instead of 2? I may have, or you might have just picked 2 up before I stopped you. That's probably what happened there. Right, so what we're going to do down here is, Sam, I'm going to let you finish dropping those off first, and then I'm going to stop you. And we're going to change your programming a little bit to illustrate what happens when we try to be clever and efficient about this. And unfortunately, the result is that we can't be. So what people were suggesting is, if Sam were to pick up a board, put it in there, and then these poles would drop out. Let's see if Sam can actually pick those up. And I thought it would be worth doing this on camera just to really illustrate the point. So we're going to get these out of the way. We want Sam to pick up poles. So really, we want Sam to have moved over here. Actually, that was unfortunately the wrong one, because I actively sort the pole. So there we go. Moved 29, 162. So that's 293, 163. So that is the correct one. It's just one little bit higher. Pop that in there. There we go. So Sam will be stood there picking up poles, hopefully. And we'll pick up 4 poles. Let's go. Let's see how this goes. I'm going to leave the 4 poles there just in case Sam gets there too fast and thus doesn't pick it up. But no, Sam doesn't do it. Sam doesn't see what he's meant to do. And that is a big problem. Let me just take that off you for a moment there, Sam. So what we want Sam to do, let's try it differently. There's a new wait function, which we can do. If you go to a tile and then click a second time, you will wait. So I've just told to move over there. Okay, that isn't working right. Let me go there and again. There we are. We've got wait, a wait command. Now, I believe this only waits for like a cycle. But we'll pop that up there. Maybe Sam just didn't have enough time. So we'll get rid of these. And we'll see how that goes. Now, hopefully that will work. There we are. And go ahead. Do your best, Sam. I'm going to pop this back over there. Yeah, slowly gathering more and more and more poles. It's a little bit bad. Right, stop, Sam. So that didn't work, unfortunately. Now, you may have noticed that every time I try to pick up a pole, it says find nearest pole. We can do that then instead. So instead of that, let me just have you find the nearest pole, move to that pole, and then pick up 4 poles. That might work as well. Actually, we'll leave that in there because it'll mean that Sam has enough time. He'll go over there and these will be the nearest poles. That wait command might actually be worth putting in all of them. Just popping in a wait command there, for example, so that they wait for this to have started outputting planks so that these will tend to be the closest planks at all times. That might be worth having a look at in the future. But let's see if Sam does it correctly now. So there we are. You picked up 1 pole only. So there really doesn't seem to be a way to get Sam to do this the way we want him to do it. And that is to just go to that spot and just pick up all 4 poles at once. But it was worth experimenting and finding that out. So there we go, Sam. You just crack on, Malado, and enjoy. Let me help you clear up all this mess that I made. I do apologize, Sam. I'm making a very messy work area, but it was for science, you understand, so I think that makes it okay. Right, there we are. Right, so that has all been done. Now, back to our dear friend Cleo. Cleo, yeah, you're not doing this anymore at all. There we go. You've got a total of 32 kilobytes of memory. Fantastic. I would like you to do something 4 times. Specifically, I would like you to move here, move to general storage, and then take from general storage 4 times. Then I want you to drop things until your hands are empty over here. So work to the assembler, drop into the assembler. Next, I would like you to do 4 times again. Go and grab the poles. And, oh, actually, that will work, I guess. And then move back over here and drop them off. I hope this works because I've just been kind of going through the motions, I guess. Maybe that'll work. And I want you to do that forever, pretty much. Just keep going, really. Just keep trying to load them in there. Don't ever touch the gears, though. So, I'm going to just drop that off over there. Now, you're not going to be able to do anything here, but once I have done this, you can now start loading it up. So this is just going to mean that all I have to put in here when I want a new basic worker bot is a single gear. And that is really, really quite useful. So we've got a basic worker bot. Marvelous, I say. Marvelous. Right, but before we get too ahead of ourselves, I need another little station down here that I can work on that is just for me. Just for the odd occasion when I need to build something. So I'm going to build simple flooring right there. Actually, we've got, wow, can I build simple flooring? I can build simple flooring all the way down there? That's kind of marvelous. I didn't realize we could do that. I don't know. Actually, yeah, we're going to put it down there instead. Actually, the easier way for me to do that, since I have deleted one simple flooring, is to delete that one, then I get that one for free, and I have deleted a basic workbench in the past, so I can get that one for free as well. So there we go. I can now make my own tools, and I've got all of these things up there for me to make them with as well, so that's kind of convenient. Well, given that this is now just kind of over there, surplus to demand in that area. Let's actually move it down here instead, I think. I'm going to need to move out the way. There we go. And the incinerator can just go in there and look all menacing. Though it does actually obscure our robots. That won't do. That won't do at all. Let's move the incinerator down a little bit then. So it's more in line there. There we go. That looks a little bit more cool. So this is my little area. This is kind of more specific to me. Right. There's going to be many recharges needed shortly. And I'm going to want you to help out with those. Actually, I guess I could wait until you run out of charge. That probably would be a smarter option. Okay, well, you're going to be the first of some new robots who are going to help me keeping the tool supply running. There we go. Let's drop this in there and pop. Thank you. Let's bring you over. Right. Now, currently we only need 2 of them. So let's get 1 to 3, 1 to 3, 1 to 3. There we are. That'll do. And we're also going to want some general storages. We'll pop these down like this for now. It really doesn't matter how we place these, because each of these is going to be drawing from them in some capacity or another. So it doesn't really matter if they have to walk around there like that. That should be fine. Right, I'm going to need a little bit of planks. There we go. And some over there. Oh, can you not see them? Ah, that's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. Okay, well, one of you is going to be a new recharger bot then. That's a little bit sooner than I was expecting, but okay. There we are. Let's go and teach you to come down here and wind these robots up. There we are. Go forever. Now, another thing that has been changed is the worker bots have a very different life. Battery life. The crude bots have, I think, about half as much battery life as the basic bots now. So that's also a little bit interesting as well. But I'm going to go ahead and set up a couple of these. I need some poles and I need planks, and those are the only things I need over here. But now I'm going to increase the storage yet again. So there's going to be all of this room for my creations to start offloading their work. Actually, I need that one in a slightly different position, so let's get rid of that. There we go. That's a bit better. That is going to slowly rot my brain, isn't it? Yep, it is. Okay, I'm going to set up some workbenches down here and get a basic tool production underway. And when you return, we'll be ready to carry on with metal mining. So see you in a few seconds. Okay, so I've set up a little bit of production. I've already designated these storages, and the axes have already been grabbed, and the lumber industry is once again in full swing. But we need to teach Phil and Dirk, I think it was, how to make axes and shovels. Now, this is going to be a particularly easy one to do. All we need is to repeat. Now, not a number of times, because we're going to be making one at a time, because these are going to be used so infrequently. I would like you to only care about this storage. Just worry about that one and only that one. All you need to do is pick these up, drop them off. Once they've produced an axe, pick that up, drop it in there, and then you're good. So let's pop all of these in there. There is no way that I've been able to find to just drag the repeat around things. Like I've tried just pulling the bottom part of it. There may be one, because it seems like such an obvious one to add, and yet I can't find it. So I am just dumb, unfortunately. But do this forever, Phil, and enjoy. Enjoy your work. It would make me very, very sad to think that you didn't. Right, Dirk. It was Dirk. Ah, fantastic. I remember the names of my bots. Once again, exactly the same thing until storage is full, but you're going to be making shovels for me. And you just need to go grab a plank, you need to grab a pole, you need to wait for the shovel to be made, grab the shovel, pop it in, and then we're good to go. And with that, we're going to be able to move on and have a look at other areas. Actually, I may need to set someone up to make metal pickaxes, possibly. It would probably be a useful thing for us to have, because we're going to need... where's the best metal? I think we're going to set up metal operations over there, maybe. Or is there a better one? I mean, that one is certainly a bigger metal deposit. Is there a better one around that would just be a little bit nicer for me to access? No, I think that one should do. The amount of metal that we're going to be producing should be easily enough sorted. So with that, we're actually good at this point. Everyone is going to do their job. We've got people recharging the robots, though their areas of effect are a little bit skew-whiff, so that might not be the best. But you know what? There's one thing that I could do. A lot of people have been asking me to do it, and now I'm going to be moving around. It makes sense. We'll make a scooter. So I'm going to need a crude wheel, 2 of, 3 poles, 1 plank. So let's grab the plank, the 3 poles. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Pop these down there. 1, 2, 3. And then we need 2 crude wheels. So I'm really sorry about this gear thing, but I need to swap this around. So 1, 2. Drop these off. And again. And there we are. We've got our crude wheels. I do need to set that back to gear, otherwise you're going to get so confused later on. There we are. Let's pop down these crude wheels that really look like more like squares. Wow, really? That's fantastic. Now, do I move any faster with this in my hands? Not that I've noticed. Let's pop it in my inventory. Oh, that is actually kind of cool. And you actually hear the little squeaky wheels. Okay, yeah, that's pretty funky. I believe you can give them to bots as well. And maybe giving them some of the bots over there would make a lot of sense. And we'll look into that in the future. But for now, I think the next thing we need to look at is setting up our iron mining. So let's have a look. We've got threshing machine, fertilizer storage, wood router, windmill, porridge pot, butter churn? Wow. I've seen that before. Milk storage, water storage, kitchen table. Oh my goodness, we've got lots of new buildings. We'll have to look into these, but I think the only one we really need is the forge. Now, where are you? Clay furnace, there we are. We're going to need some furnaces, but starting off, we probably only need the storage, really, so that we've got robots able to pick up the pickaxes, drop the pickaxes, drop off the stone, and also drop off the iron. So we're going to need 3 storages in total for our miners to care about. We don't even need the furnaces up here, but I think we probably will. Simply so that we've got things a little bit closer together. In fact, let's, speaking about closer together, why don't we set these up a little bit closer, like so. Now, we're probably going to want some planks. We're probably even going to want some poles. So, even if only temporarily, I'm going to go ahead and bring up enough planks to set that one up as a plank storage, and thus I can just pull all the other planks out. But we are definitely going to need a setup for making pickaxes. So I guess I'm going to go also set that up right now. And I'll bring you back when we've got everything in place. Okay, as you can see down here, Jeff, I imagine 1F Jeff, is currently making plenty of pickaxes for us, and I have a small army of bots up here ready to start mining. 2 of them are going to be for recharging, and the other 3 are going to be for mining or depositing the mined into storage. Now, the funny thing with this is that I'm having to have 2 people up here just to recharge, so probably I'm going to have the foundry operation over here as well. Though, that being said, maybe I will actually increase it to 2 miners at some point as well, because I feel that would definitely work. Who's going to be our miner? Eric, actually. You're going to be our miner. Let's see. So, I would like you to repeat until hands empty. But before that, I would like you to go ahead and grab a pickaxe from general storage. Then just come down here, find nearest metal deposit, and mine it, pretty much. Oh my lord, it takes a long time. We will get you a metal pickaxe pretty soon, I hope. And do that forever. Go ahead. Enjoy, Eric. You are now our miner. There we are. And who shall be our stone collector? We are going to have Tina, I think. And Sam, you're going to be our iron collector. So repeat until hands full. Go ahead, find the nearest ore, collect it, then go and drop it off. But repeat that until hands are empty, and that's all you need to do forever. Enjoy your new job. It is a very fulfilling job, I am told. There we are. This should be good. Now, you two are just going to be stood around here for a little bit until we've got someone who runs out of power. But that probably won't take us too terribly long. Now, the other question is, well, we've got a little bit of clay over here. You know what? Maybe we could set up a little clay storage and, again, have someone actually care about that. Whether it's full and whether, as a result, they continue to dig the clay. So, yeah, sure. Okay, we'll do that. We'll have this down here. I've actually put that in the wrong spot. Because I do like to designate my tools to my storages. Tool storage is something different in my mind. So, unfortunately, we are going to need shovels up here as a result of this. But that shouldn't be too bad. So, I'm just going to move this general storage across by one. Let's close that down. There we are. And general storage there. There we are. Right. Okay. Our first robot needs to be recharged. So could you please recharge him? Just go up there and do that forever. Go. Enjoy. And that will cover pretty much everything we want over here. Now, I need shovels. So actually, you know what? I can be super sneaky. Grab my own wooden shovel. Pop that in here. There we go. I've designated it for shovels. And I just picked my shovel back up. Glorious. Let me find my shovel again. Dig up some clay. There we go. And pop that away and designate this as clay storage. Okay, we're bringing up Eve's buddy here, the clay digging buddy, who's going to be ferrying the clay to storage. Now, the problem with clay is I don't believe that clay decays like stones do. And in fact, iron doesn't decay either. And the one option is to have iron or clay when it's reaching its max to be incinerated. However, we could try and find a compromise between the caring about the tool that's in your hand and caring about storage. So let's actually see what we can do with Eve here. Now, if we start off by caring about the storage, so if storage is full, care about this one. So only until the clay storage is full. Once you've done that, go ahead, pick up a shovel. That will be in here. Take that shovel out. Now repeat until hands are empty. Dig. This way, whenever the shovel breaks, Eve will check. Is storage full? Oh, it is full. Okay, well, I'm going to stop digging then. That might mean that we'll have a load of clay sitting around just, taking up room. But it won't mean that we have the problem where we have to waste resources. Because ultimately, if I am incinerating the clay, yeah, that's not a great loss. But that shovel is going to need to be replaced frequently. And so we are burning through resources in an inefficient way. This isn't perfectly efficient, but it isn't terribly bad either. And I might go ahead and update all of my worker bots to have something similar so that, yes, they do actually care about the storage being full, but only when they're checking to see if they should go and pick up a new pickaxe and carry on with their work, or what have you. So there we go. Let's see how that all goes through. Let me just do a little bit of digging there. I apologize. Let me drop that off. Right. Now then, Hugo, your job is stupendously easy. I want you to care about storage being full over here. Or I could just have Hugo pick it up and just constantly try to ferry it in. Because if Eve will eventually stop, Hugo doesn't actually need to worry about this being full. He can just constantly try to put it in there because Eve is going to worry about that. So when this reaches 95% full, that is 95, Hugo will fill it to 100 clay. And instead, if I then only use 2 clay, Eve still won't go and grab another shovel and then dig up like another 20 clay just to sit on the ground. It will have to drop below 95 before Eve considers it time to get back to work. So sure, we'll actually get rid of that. All I want you to do is pick up clay and then move it to storage. Actually, I want you to do that until hands are full. Yep, let's pop that in there. And then this one until hands are empty. Yeah, I think this might actually work out a little bit better for us in the long run. Go ahead, Hugo. Enjoy your new job. Long may it satisfy you. Now, the unfortunate thing here is that we are going to need one more bot to do the recharging, but we do now have metal and indeed stone being collected. We've also got clay being collected, and generally speaking, I think that's actually quite an efficient way of doing it. I will set up all of my workers, such as the lumberer. Oh my lord, really? Guys, really? Okay. You know what? Let's get you up here. I can teach you in this location to recharge. Jane, this is horribly, horribly inefficient. But go ahead. Just recharge forever. Go, go, go. Now. And where do we have the recharger bot? Who was doing it? Confess. Where are you? Who's next? It was you. Stop. Joey. Joey. We're going to have words. You're going to be doing something else. Oh, Joey. Joey. The incinerator is far too cruel. And the recycling is one thing. Incinerating Joey is quite another. Joey, I'm going to leave you down here because you've been failing at your task. And we'll see how things go. But realistically, it's not really Joey's fault because if I had the beacons, which requires metal, then Joey would have been okay. I'll consider putting you back to work once we've got beacons. But for the time being, the next thing for us is to make our clay furnaces. That actually, before I go up there, I'm going to need a lot more bots, unfortunately. Again, I wouldn't really... If I could put bots in storage, I would totally, happily allow the bots being created indefinitely, but I can't do that, and so the result would be we'd have 8 bajillion bots down here, and we'd be running out of planks and poles. And as funny as that is to me, I'd rather not. So let's just drop that off, and I'll grab one of you for now. Come along with me. You're going to be doing some work up here. Now, much the same as we did in the last, series, I guess you could say, the last save, we will have all of our foundry operations up here, just because it's nice and close. Now, what do we need first? We are going to want... a clay furnace to make charcoal. Now I can just place that on the ground, which is great. We might actually want 2 charcoal makers, honestly, because charcoal is going to be used in an awful lot of things. But we'll go ahead and start maybe over here. This way we can have some things set up in sequence. So that will drop off there. We will have a new one. Oh, we'll see first. Let's place down the storage because I'm fairly certain that we require wood for this one. So we're going to need 5 clay, 4 planks. Nice and easy because we've got planks over here. There we go. And we'll just drop these off. Bump, 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 bump. And go and grab 4 clay as well. There we go. We'll also need an extra 1, so I'll just pop those in my inventory first. There we are. That is so much better. Oh, look at you doing your awesome work. Well done, you. Well done indeed. Let's move these up. As you can see, we've no longer got text. We've actually just got icons, and I actually think that it looks a lot better. Right, so we want this one set to make crude bread. Wow. Clay pot. Wow. So we're going to want this to be logs, and here to be just making constant charcoal. I believe there is a log just lying around here that is rather lonely, so let's go and grab you, shall we? There we are. And we are going to want a charcoal storage that this is going to care about. So we're not going to just constantly be making charcoal if we've got nowhere to put it. Let's go and grab all these 4 and drop them off as well. Bump, 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 bump. There we go. Now then, we need 2 logs. I'll quickly load this up the first time just so that we can set this area up. There we go. And there we are. So charcoal is being made. Let's get you in position then. So Gwen, what I would like you to do, caring first and foremost about the charcoal storage. Let's not waste logs. I would like you to grab logs here. I would like you to do this 2 times because you can. There we are. So take from general storage and then pop in there. And we can add until hands are empty. Here, that's not a problem. You wait. Let me just grab these. Unfortunately, I need to have an example of coal for you to go and pick up. Go grab it. Find nearest charcoal. Move the charcoal since there's only going to be 1. Just pick it up. And then immediately pop it in here. And then you're good to go. Forever. Please. Enjoy. Now, really, you only picked up 1. Can you only pick up 1 now? Oh, well, that's a little bit of a problem. Yeah, it does seem that you can only pick up 1. All right. Well, in that case, then, we're going to need to do this a little bit differently. Teach, please. Go there, drop it off. Unfortunately, and then you're gonna have to go back and grab another one. And then drop it off. There we are. That is a little bit of a shame, because that was much better. There was such an improvement over you doing anything, since they could carry 2 logs. I am really shocked that you can only carry 1. But go ahead, that should still work at this point. There we are. I'll go and pick this up and move her away. Just as well that we've got these so close together then, I suppose. So you carry on doing that for a moment. Let me have a look down here. Yeah, you only carrying 1? Or are you able to carry more? Are the crude workerbots able to carry more? Really? So you're less intelligent, but you're stronger. That is very interesting. That is incredibly interesting. So anything requiring logs then would be better done by the workerbots. Let me just double check that though. Stop for, well, actually go ahead. Finish off then. Then stop. There we go. I would like to try and do this a little bit differently. Let's set up a repeat until hands full. Take from storage. Go. Let's see. Can you pick up 2? No, you can't. Well, that has changed things around a little bit. And I like that, actually. Okay, so Gwen, you're not going to be the best suited for this particular job then. So we're going to move you over here. You're going to get another job later on. But as it happens, Joey, I've got the perfect job for you. Oh, it's going to be grand. It's going to be absolutely grand. That one's still fine for a basic workerbot because we're only using 1 at a time. So that's okay. But since this is actually such a small task, it's all very close together, sure, you've got a brand new spanking job. You're going to be working the blast furnaces. I'm telling you now, this is how the robot class will begin. This is actually kind of really, really bad in a way. The more I think of it, the less I think I'm okay with it. This is not a good time. I would like you to repeat until hands full. And this is where he can pick up like 5 of them. No, I think it is only 2 though. Then just drop them off. Move over there. Repeat until hands empty. There we go. And I'll do this one again just to get that sorted. Then I would like you to just go ahead and pick up the charcoal and drop it off. Enjoy. You are now going to get tanned by the heat radiating from the furnace. I guess it's not a blast furnace, so it could be worse, but it's still... Wow, I like that. I actually do. And they do look muscle-bound as well. They've got massive barrel chests for robots. I approve in a way. I think it's a really cool little thing to put in there. The part that I don't approve of is the narrative that it creates. The class conflict. It's just waiting to happen, everyone. Just waiting. Okay, so go ahead. You're going to have a little bit of an easier time. We are going to want you to set up... Right, I need another furnace because we are going to want to take the charcoal and the metal. Now, the metal is all the way down there. I could, if I really wanted to, have an extra metal storage up here. And, yeah, actually, I'm not against that. Let's get an extra metal storage, and then we'll pop that one in there. Okay, so we're going to need a number of planks. Let's get all of those going. And this will actually also give us even more storage for metal, which is better. And we're going to have to go and grab all of the clay too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's go and drop these off. And let's find the clay. Or the planks instead. That's fine as well. Nope, that's not planks. That is in fact a shovel, I believe. Right, okay, so we were going to want to set this up for metal. We're going to need 1 metal ore, 1 charcoal. That's easy enough done. So let's pop these in. There we go. And grab another one so that I've got an example to show Gwen. There we go. What are you doing? Oh, you're recharging. Good. Right, so Gwen, easier job for you. Let's get you working on this. I would like you to... Well, actually, you just need to go grab one of these. Grab one of these. You wait, because it takes a while. Given how long it takes, No, I was going to say maybe it would be good if you went and grabbed more, but honestly, it'd probably be better if we had just 2 furnaces, because you could operate 2 furnaces quite quickly. Yeah, actually, Gwen, cancel that retraining. I've got a better idea for you. I think this is the point where... However, we will actually be going through the charcoal quite quickly that way. Maybe eventually we'll get a second charcoal setup as well. Yeah, let's actually do it this way. I think that'll be pretty cool. Let's pop those in. Is anyone going to come and recharge you? Ah, you weren't completely out. You were just waiting. Fair enough. Let me load those up. That was a bit silly of me. There we are. And we want the last 2. And there we go. Okay, set this one up to metal as well. Right then. This is the way we're going to do this, Gwen. It's going to be an interesting one. And this is probably where we'll wrap up the episode as well. So, I want you to grab charcoal, iron, sorry, metal. Grab coal, grab metal, grab coal. There we are. That's quite an order already. And all of, oh my lord, all of this needs to be inside a care about the stockpile as well. Ugh. Again, if there is a way, please someone tell me there is a way to do this. Because having to move these around one command at a time. Maybe I can... oh, no, that's wrong. Can I grab a couple? No, I can't. I was trying to hold down shift and pick up a bunch of them at the same time. Alas, no. That does not seem to want to work. So just do this. There we are. And then once you've done that, I would like you to go ahead, find nearest metal, repeat 2 times. Times 2, because you're going to have 2 on the ground. There we are. And then go ahead and drop these off. Repeat until the hand's empty. This should allow you to make better use of your time, basically. And unfortunately, all of this needs to be in here as well. So let's move those in. There we go. The one nice thing is you can move the entire block. Once it's in a repeat block, it's good. Right, go, Gwen. Let's see if this works out. Let's grab all of those and drop them off. In fact, I can only carry 2 anyway. There we are. And the second one. There we go. Not too bad. Then by the time that one's out, you can go and grab it. Okay, I mean, Gwen moves a little bit slower, so it's not quite as awesome. You know what, though? Let's just see if I can trade with you. Can I give you my scooter? Can I give you my scooter? There we go. Will you use it? I don't think she is. No, she doesn't seem to be. You're moving like someone lit a fire under your bum, my lord. No, it doesn't seem to have any benefit for Gwen, so I'll take it back. Sorry, Gwen. I was hoping that would work for you, but alas, no. I'm the only one who seems to benefit from the scooter. But there we go. So we're producing metal at long last. So that means in the next episode, pretty much all of our industries need to be upgraded to use metal as well. That's going to be a bit of an interesting one, but we'll see how that one goes. Though I'm noticing all of the stone building up. Hopefully this does decay as was said in the patch notes. I can only imagine that it probably will, but with this, oh, there we go, it's disappearing in front of our very eyes. I guess we could also watch out for clay in much the same way. But with that all done, in the next episode we'll be finishing off the metal industry because we've got to hammer it into plates. But I could also move that out from here, because this is just the furnace area. We could move the actual crafting of the plates, which I believe requires a workbench rather than a furnace itself, to another area, and we will start upgrading everyone to metal tools. And once we're at that point, it will be time to start considering the beefs. And honestly, I have had my eye on this massive pasture over here. I think this would be a perfect beef pasture. We could have just a couple of bots in there with some storage for the milk and the fertilizer, and then just a massive herd of beefs, happily eating and pooping and eating and pooping, and occasionally being milked when their bellies are gigantically full, and then they will elastically shrink down to a smaller size, which honestly is the best part of beefs in this game, is that little "I'm finally empty of all my milk" animation. It's glorious. But that's going to be it from me. I do hope you've enjoyed, and will be joining us for the next. But until then, and as always, do take care, everyone. Also, I really like my scooter.